You are now tuned in to the Tlktender podcast. Hey, you guys, welcome back to Tlktender. I am your host this evening, E. I hope everybody is in good energy and feeling well. We are back with the 21st episode of season 3. Hey, girls.
Hey, girl, hey.
Y'all already know to follow the pod on all socials, Instagram and TikTok at Tlktender Podcast. Make sure you follow and subscribe on YouTube at Tlktender. I have my girl in the studio with me today. You got any intros you want to give them?
My name is Dariana. My Instagram is DARIONAAAA, 4A's_.
Period.
You can also follow my TikTok. Same DARIONAAA, 4_.
All right, girl. Come on, we got a link. Ding, ding. You already know. You know the vibe here. I want to cheers to having you on.
Cheers.
Second episode of season
Thank you.
3. I'm so
Thank
happy to
you.
have you back.
I'm so excited to be here. I'm so
You
excited
look
to
beautiful.
talk
You
about
look great.
You look amazing. The skin is skinning.
The skin is skinning.
Yes.
Girl, stop eating meat.
I did too.
Really?
Yes.
Are you doing straight vegetarian? I'm pescatarian.
Pescatarian.
Pescatarian?
Yes.
Stop.
I'm so serious.
Really?
We gonna talk about it.
All right. How have you been?
I have been blessed and highly favored by
look
the
it.
Most High.
You look it.
Thank you. But no, I've been good, happy, healthy. I'm in my zone.
I love to hear it. I love to hear it. And I
How
love
are
to
you?
see it. I'm good.
You're
I'm good. I feel good. I feel great. You already know. I'm not letting anything take over the day.
As you should.
Anything that's negative. So I feel good. I can't complain.
Mm-hmm.
The 3rd season. We all visual. So like I said, the chat is familiar with you from episode 16.
Hey.
So I loved your energy. Like,
Oh,
because
thank you.
It's so ironic because we crossed paths well before this.
Yes.
So
It's been some time though.
It's been some time, but to actually be where we're at now and to be getting to know each other a little more, it's just crazy. Like,
it's like a full circle moment right now.
Yes. So like I
Yes.
loved your energy. I'm like, I have to get her back on the show. So
Oh, thank you.
we're in for a good discussion tonight.
We are. I'm excited for this.
I like to kick the show off with Happy Hour. So for those that don't know, it's basically a little game that I put together. I just give you a scenario or actual question, and you just give me feedback.
Okie dokie.
Cool.
Okay.
So what do you feel is a major stereotype when it comes to Black culture and relationships?
Oh, Lord have mercy. It's a lot.
It is.
It's a lot.
definitely
And
a
it's
lot.
a lot to even try to dissect, but it's just a lot. I could just say that just from the outside looking
Mm-hmm.
on just the Black culture, it's just a lot of just men versus women. And it's we just
It's definitely a battle.
Yes,
between
and
the
it's
two.
we're just coming at each other when I feel in reality we all just want love.
Absolutely.
We all just want that, literally. And I feel if you just listen and just calm the noise, literally that's all we saying.
Mm-hmm.
If you really just be honest about it. But I feel we men and women are very we be in our pride with stuff, and we don't want to take the time to kind of look within ourselves. So we try to look at somebody else, or, oh, you're doing this, or talk to the men, talk to the women. But it's no, it starts with you.
It definitely starts with you.
It starts with you. So
it starts with you. I feel like a big stereotype with us that nobody's doing the healing.
No, exactly.
Nobody's doing the healing, that we're non-committal.
Yep.
Monogamy is no longer a thing within our culture.
Which is nasty.
But we'll get there. But I feel like that's so not true. There's a big chunk of us, male and female, but we're women, and I wanted to acknowledge that first. No disrespect to the men. I know you guys are still looking forward to that episode, Men Are Healing Too, which is still coming this season.
They are.
But as a woman, I wanted to sit down in the chat with you guys, and being someone who knows another woman yourself who is healing, I wanted to steer the conversation around that. Realities when it comes to healing while building and balancing healthy family and relationship dynamics. Because like you said, at the end of the day, it's like we all want love. But like I said, I feel like a big chunk of like the miscommunication is that nobody's doing the inner work, because it starts with you.
Absolutely.
I know you're someone who's kind of vocal or open, at least, about being on your healing journey or spiritual journey. And I wanted to ask you, what exactly like got you started on that path?
All right, now you want to get real, or
oh, come on, that's what we're here for.
Cheers, because
that's what we're here for.
Right. Well, I would say my healing journey, it started back in like 2020, so I've been on it for 3 years now. Well, I'll say my conscious decision to be on it it started in 2020. I was in like a really just toxic, very unhealthy relationship. But even just besides that, like I personally just wasn't like happy, you know what I'm saying, like within myself. But the relationship, it brought out all of my negativity, like all of the negative things.
All your shadows.
Literally yes, perfect word. All of like my shadows, like literally all of the reflectives. And I just was just so depressed. I was in such a dark place, like very, very dark, just dealing with like childhood things, and then dealing with like family things also, and then dealing with another person, and just being out in a healthy situation. And long story short, I end up leaving. Well, me and that person end up splitting from each other. It was just, like I said, just very toxic, very unhealthy, just abusive, all of that. And it broke me. It broke me to a point where I literally like had to get down. I literally got on my knees and I like prayed, because I just didn't know what else to do. Like I didn't have I didn't know what my purpose was. I was just lost. Like, you just feel like you just like you floating. Literally, like I was just drinking, going out, just doing things that just wasn't within me.
Like what am I doing?
Like literally, like what am I doing? Just in this relationship, and it's not it. But I literally like got on my knees one day, like I was just at home and I was just like crying. I'm tired of this. Like I'm tired of feeling like this. And I just got down on my knees and I just prayed to God. I'm just like, God, like literally give me strength. Literally, like that's what I said. Like, God, just give me strength to just get through this. And like, if you give me the strength to get through this relationship, get through like whatever I'm going through right now, because I just felt like this heaviness on my chest. Like I just felt heavy. Every day I would just wake up feeling just heavy, not happy with my life. And like I said, like I just was praying to him and I just told him, like, God, just give me the strength. And literally, like, it's crazy. Like literally, like he did that. He gave me like the strength to check myself into therapy, because like that relationship, it took.
Ooh, cheers to therapy.
Girl, yes. Go to therapy, please. No, but seriously, like I checked myself into therapy like the end of 2019, 2020. But around the time when it was like COVID. Okay. When everything was like shutting down, I feel like that's when everybody kind of had their like revelation within themselves.
Yeah.
So yeah, like I had checked myself into therapy, and like that was really when everything just started to kind of like unfold, and I've just been on a journey ever since.
Wow.
Yeah, like ever since. And like I would say, like literally everything happens for a reason. And it's like the relationship, it definitely impacted me in like a negative way. But at the same time, like I found myself in that situation. I did a lot of like self-work within myself. Like I started to love on myself because I didn't love myself when I was in that relationship, like at all. Me and that person, we did not love ourselves as individuals. So it wasn't that. But like getting out of that situation, I started to build my self-confidence. I started to build like my self-love. I started to like really love on myself, you know what I'm saying? And just be within myself, be in solitude and really just like reflect on myself, look in the mirror, like take off all the makeup, clothes, nails, just literally just strip down, be raw and be really upfront and be honest with myself. And I feel like dealing with society now, especially with men and women, and just Black people or the community, or just I'll say people in general. Yeah. Like a lot of the time, we just don't want to be real with ourselves. We don't want to be honest. We don't want to be transparent. We don't want to express our truth, and we try to put on like a mask and make it seem like we just this person. When it's just like at the end of the day, we all going through things.
Oh.
We all
can relate.
We all are going through stuff. We all can heal from something, you know. So I'm sorry, that was a long-winded, but yeah.
Oh no, girl, you said we're gonna get real. We got real.
But yeah, that was like the start of my healing journey. And girl, yeah.
No, it's very. I mean, it's real. It's very relatable, very common. I feel like, you know, we're all human, and I feel like we hear the comment like people come into your life for a season or a
reason or a lesson.
And I feel like how you came into your journey is such a common, relatable space because the past year for me, 2023 was, I mean, hell is an understatement. Like when I tell you I took L after L after L, it was some shit after some shit after some shit, literally back to back to back. And it just got to a point where it was like, I checked out for a minute. Like I just,
you do.
I didn't, like, it's got to be more to this. Like,
yes.
I can't do this. So it has to be more to this. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And if we steering it in the route of like relationships, I always felt like I was the type where I will always attract emotionally unavailable men. And I'm such an emotional person. I mask it very well just due to trauma, and it's a trauma response just to mask it. So last year, girl, when I tell you it was just scary how much shit just like kind of exposed itself, but ultimately it exposed a lot in me as well. I felt like I kept experiencing the same spirit, just a different man. And that last one, baby.
Girl.
He did it. He did it. Like I had never felt so discarded, like disposable in my life. And
I can relate.
I was just like, I was on my hookup for a minute.
When it take you out of that, you be like,
I'm like, this ain't me. And I know it just got to a point where it's like, I got to pray this up off me.
Yes.
You know, like this energy,
that
these
spirit,
people, this spirit, this, whatever this is, I got to pray it up off me. And I need you to. I don't even know, like, 'cause I can't even get up right now, but I need you to like let me know something to move forward. And that's, long story short, is what touched me into my journey and being on my path. And girl, from then to now, I would have never thought that I would be in this space.
Same.
Like I feel so good. I feel so
at peace.
Yes.
Grounded. Ooh.
And I feel just like this overwhelming sense of like forgiveness.
Yes.
Like it's so crazy.
That's so good. That's so true.
I know we big on free therapy on my Instagram, on the chat, in the chat. I'm big on free therapy. So y'all know I'm big on going to the gym. It's a great outlet. But I've been telling myself I can't just, there's multiple ways to self-care. There's multiple ways to have free therapy. So I've been dibbling, dabbling, and journaling and reading, just, different ways.
Healthy habits. And healthy development.
I was just journaling about how from then to now, I can appreciate just being, like everything's not okay, but everything's not what it was. And where I'm at in that space in between, like, there's happiness here. There's contentment here. Like, I feel so good. And
when you get there, that's when you know, like, I'm okay.
I'm okay.
I'm okay.
You know, and a big part of me getting in this space was forgiving.
And it's very hard to forgive. And that's so funny that you said that, because I'm sorry.
No, girl.
No, I wasn't trying to cut you off, but that's funny that you said that, because I say for this year, for me personally, not this year, I'm sorry. Girl, I feel stuff like it's 2023. But
it's January.
I know. But 2023, I really wanted to like really work on my forgiveness. Like, I mean, like really, really work on, like, you could say like I forgive, but when you really like forgive a person that has kind of done you wrong, and it's like you still you have no hate in your heart for that person. You still want that person to do well. Like, you will even pray for that person. You still pray for that person. You still want that person to, you know, find like their healing, you know, because at the end of the day, like, what a person does to you is just like a reflection of like how they feel about themselves. You know what I'm saying? So healing is not healing, but forgiving is definitely a really, really big thing as far as like when it comes to your healing journey, because the forgiving is not for them, it's for you.
It's most definitely
it's for you.
And that's what I was journaling about for, I'm not gonna even say a long time, because like I had shit, that year was just so toxic. It was so much back to back to back. I didn't even get a chance to like take in some of the bullshit that was happening so I could process and decompress from what was happening. So it's like everything hit me last year. And like I told y'all last episode, you know, it just got to a point where I'm like, I want peace. I want peace. I want peace. Just think about peace. Like,
but I would say you gotta feel it though.
Now I'm at a point of feeling and like processing and
you can't avoid
dissecting everything.
Yeah, you have to. You gotta go through the emotions, even though it's hard to go through those emotions because they hurt.
I think that's why, like, when we was discussing in the car, why I'm like, every day is different.
Yeah.
Because one day I'm okay, and then the next day is like, it's tough. It's a tough day.
But you have to go through that, though. You have to, because like, at the end of the day, you are a human being. We have emotions. So it's like to sit here and be like, oh, no, I'm cool. Like, I'm just, like you said, the peace, it's like, but you kind of like, you're lying to yourself. Because like, you know that you feel this. So it's just like, feel it, go through it, and be like, you're okay.
You're okay.
You're okay to feel. Okay. Like, you're okay to feel.
That is where I'm at. And I was just journaling, like, you know, I want to forgive the people that have hurt me, forgive the situations that I have been in, to a sense that I'm almost forgetting it. Like, I don't even think about it. And I mean, I know we're all human. Our minds aren't set up to just forget. But I had I had wrote down, forgiving is the real forgetting. Because once I forgive you, you no longer have that hold on
that power.
That power over me.
Yes.
And the more that I forgive you, the more I'm able to pour into myself, the more I'm able to heal from this situation, the more I'm able to think about it less, the more it has no effect on me.
Yes.
And that's how you know you got your power.
That's how you know you get your power back.
Girl.
You get your power back when you be like, you know what? I ain't even think about that situation no more. Like, who? What? Or you see them, you hear their name, and it doesn't even it doesn't even affect you.
It don't affect you.
Literally.
That's where I'm at, and I'm like, that space in between. Like, I could say like I feel good because not me 6 months ago. Stop. Like I was checked out, but that's where I'm at on my journey. Like, forgiveness, being silent, just taking everything in and allowing yourself to process.
Yes.
And like you said, it starts with us healing ourselves, loving ourselves first. What is it exactly do you feel was like key to you getting back to you and loving you?
I would say it was definitely me praying and me like affirming myself, because I never, like, of course, people say, oh, like you're pretty or whatever, but, or all that stuff. But at the end of the day, it's just like when somebody like really like, you know, when somebody's pouring into you, like somebody's affirming you, somebody is telling you like, you are destined for greatness. Someone is telling you like, you are beautiful, you are unique, you are special, you are, you know, you're chosen, this, that, and third. I never had nobody pour into me like that before. Yeah. So it's like, I had to really like pour into myself at that time because I didn't have anybody to pour into me. You know, like the person I was dealing with, you know, like he kind of just, he tore a lot of my confidence down. So it was like, he broke me down so much to the point that it's like, I had to build myself back up. Like I didn't have no choice. I had to literally build myself back up and tell myself and like literally like, you know, pray about it and, you know, act, like I said, ask God to give me the strength to like love myself enough to see myself the way that he sees me, to see myself like, no, you are beautiful. No, like you do have a purpose. You know what I'm saying? So that was something that I did within my healing journey. You know, I'll say that, praying and affirming.
Definitely prayer. I used to be so not scared to pray, but like,
why?
I used to be, I don't want to say scared. I don't want to say ashamed. But disappointed in the situations I allowed myself to be in. So it's like I felt like, I mean, we know God sees everything, God knows everything, but to actually go to God heavy, regretful, you know, disappointed in yourself, disappointed in what you've let become your reality, your circumstances. I don't know why I used to feel like.
Do you feel like it was like shame?
That's probably what it was, shame.
Yeah.
Embarrassment a little bit because I had it's like sometimes we, not even just as women, not even just as, you know, Black people as a culture, but us as humans, sometimes we allow our circumstances to make us or break us.
Yes.
So when you don't do the inner work and like the things I feel like before, I guess I could say that I felt like I didn't know my value. I'll say that.
Didn't know your value, didn't know the worth.
So you don't know your value, you don't know the worth. Yeah. You start moving like you're not valuable.
Yes.
So fast forward, I'm going through things and I'm going through them back to back to back. And I'm in a space where it's like, okay, on one end, I'm embarrassed, I'm pissed because why, like I said, I feel like I was encountering the same type of energy, same type of spirit, just different people. And that's platonically and romantically. Like, why is this happening to me? Why am I attracting this? And it's like, on the other hand, it's like,
I got a question. Go ahead.
So when does accountability come into play?
Yeah.
So let's sit down for a minute. Let's dissect what's really going on.
Let's get to the root.
You know, let's get to the root of what's really going on. Because it's not these people. It's not these situations. Yeah. Like I said, it exposed a lot that was going on around me, but ultimately it exposed a lot in myself.
Yes.
So I'm in that space where I'm forgiving, but I'm also taking accountability of like, okay, well, you weren't pouring into yourself.
Yeah.
You were walking around here like you felt like you had no value. You weren't praying. You had no relationship with God. Ultimately, you had no relationship with yourself, you know, with your being. You know, you think you have a relationship with Aaron, who's dressed up, who's present, who's sitting here, but you had no relationship with your being. Yes. That's two totally different things.
Your spirit, you know what I'm saying? Inner.
Girl.
Yes. It's so real.
Woo!
Yeah.
I need a sip, y'all.
No, that's real. That's so real. Because you have to, though. Like, you really do. You have to really start, like, I feel like a lot of the times, like, people was like, oh, who are you? Like, I've been asking people this question, like, who are you? I'm X, A, Y, Z. But no, like, without your credentials, like, who are you as a person? You know, like, at the core, who are you? Do you even know who you are? Do you even know yourself? You know, before you could try to sit here and tell somebody about themselves. Do you even know who you are? Like, do you even like who you are?
Ooh, wow, I was just saying that. And girl, I journaled like 4.5 pages the other night, y'all. And I swear that came up like, and it's how we said, like, it starts with you. You got to heal you first. You got to love you first. A lot of people don't love themselves. And they don't even realize it.
They don't
even know themselves.
They don't.
So then you try and throw in the mix a partner or a relationship. And it's like, I feel like we as a whole have a very, very big misunderstanding of loving someone, loving ourselves, being in love with someone, and being in love with ourselves.
Yes.
And all of that, to grasp the real understanding of that is to start doing the inner work and healing yourself first. Because I can't speak for everybody, but at least on my journey, you're not going to be in love with yourself every day.
No.
Because the more you heal, the more you dig deep, the more you dissect everything, you're learning and you're unlearning.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of shadows that you face on, during this process, and damn, like, I don't like that about me, or I didn't know I was like that until I'm really sitting down and like, damn, like, that's fucked up. So there's a lot of learning, unlearning, healing, and placing in new habits, new love, new energy. And I feel like we as a whole, we don't understand that concept first.
We don't.
So like,
it's like you leave a situation, I'm gonna go to the next person. When it's like you haven't even took some time to even be by yourself.
Unpack that baggage.
Yeah, unpack that, or just in general, like you just haven't taken the time to like really get to know yourself. Like some people don't even like being by themselves, like being in a room alone, just sitting by yourself, like just going places or whatever, just being in your own company. Like that's how versus like you feel like you always have to have somebody around you. Somebody around you.
That's a problem.
That's a problem. It is. It really is. Or you feel like you start to get this like uncomfortableness. And I'm not gonna say I was like that, but at a point I was like that.
I was like that.
Yeah, at a point I was like that too. Like,
that.
I feel like you just need a person. You just want a body next to you. But like you just want a person next to you instead of just being, comfortable within yourself, just like liking yourself, liking to spend just quality time with yourself, learning about yourself, like learning. Maybe sometimes people like things just because another person like it. They don't even like it because of they personally like it. They just like it because of somebody else.
I know for me, like I'm an empath.
Me too.
So like heavy. Heavy. You know what else I learned about us? Because you a Virgo, I'm a Cancer. Most Cancers have Virgo in their chart somewhere. And most Virgos have Cancer in their chart somewhere.
I do.
So we were like, girl, I'm like, I like the energy. But I was the same way, and it just got to a point where it was like you can't keep pointing the finger. Like, you got to sit down and do the inner work. Like, this is a problem. You keep coming across the same, I don't want to say issue, but the same, let's say, obstacle.
Yeah, the same type of people, like you said, the same type of energy. And it's like sometimes that same energy would come back around to see if you learned the lesson. It's gonna keep coming back around until you, all right, you're not learning, okay. You're not learning, okay. You're not learning, okay. And it's like every time it gets a little bit more, get a little bit more deeper, get a little bit more harder until you get to a space where it's like, okay, I don't want to keep going through this. I don't want to keep dealing through this. Or like you said, why do I keep on attracting? It's something within you, like you get into that root. Maybe you have father issues. Maybe you have, I'm not saying you.
Oh, no, girl, I did. The children already know. Yeah. I did a little bit of vocal about my daddy issues, and it's a whole other episode.
No, same. But it's like, get into the root of that. Like, even like we could say with men, like you're dating all these different women. Do you have mother issues? You know what I'm saying? That you're just not addressing. A conversation that you want to have with X, Y, and Z, you probably need to go have it with your mom, or you probably need to go have it with your dad. I had to do that this year. I had to have a conversation with both of my parents.
Oh, you took the step. I haven't made that step yet.
I took, girl. I've taken the steps. Okay, that's what I'm telling you. Like I've taken the steps, because it's like, when you really get to a point when you like, I want to be a better person. I want to be my healthiest self. Like, I don't want to keep, like you said, attracting the same type of people, or just learning these same type of, it gets exhausting.
It's very exhausting.
It gets exhausting. And it's like, I want to just, be my healthiest self. And I want to receive the love that I know I deserve, or I just want to receive what I'm supposed to have in my life. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I can't keep going through these different type of situations because I'm not willing to sacrifice and go through my issues. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as you just start to heal, as soon as you start to like really sit with yourself, you just don't understand how God's just start opening up different doors in your life. As soon as you just start doing like that inner work. You know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes people think, oh, I got to do this, I got to make this money. No, sometimes it takes you like really get into yourself for real.
I had made the comment on a previous episode that oh, thank you. Last year stripped me of a lot. Like, it stripped me down, like everything that I thought made me a person, everything that I thought made my value, or everything that I thought had given me purpose was like stripped from me. From job opportunities, financial worries, to friendships, to relationships, family drama. And it got to a point where it's like, damn, like, who am I then? You know what I'm saying? Like, who am I then?
Like I said, without those credentials, who are you?
And that's like what nudged me into the journey.
Yeah.
And
sometimes it take that.
Slowly but sure, like how we was talking in the car, not mirror magic, but I'm at a point where I'm starting to love and appreciate what I see in the mirror. You know what I'm saying? That's what makes me. You know what I'm saying? I love that I'm forgiving. I love that I'm patient. I'm at peace. I'm understanding. I'm taking my time. You know what I'm saying? I don't let people or situations get to me. I love the relationship that I'm growing with God. I love my health and fitness journey. You know what I'm saying? I love that I'm open and honest. You know, I for a long time, you know, you have all those things. You know, you got a good job, you got a nice car, nice place to live, and men want you, girls think you pretty, or this, and that. And it's like it's kind of like a, I don't want to say persona.
Like, it's like a facade.
Like a
people call it a mask.
A mask, or like what you're dressed in. Like, that's what made me for a second. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And to be stripped of all of that and like
be completely bare.
And God, like, I know you're gonna make it out of it, but I need you to feel it, go through
it.
I need you to feel
figure
it
out
for yourself. Like,
I need you to feel this. I need you to go
figure out who you are, what you supposed to be. So like this journey back to my higher self has been, y'all. It's been nothing short of amazing. Like, it's been hectic, it's been hell, it's been traumatic, but it's also been very therapeutic to sit down and be patient with myself and to let go of what's no longer serving me and to welcome me in what's beneficial to me, what's feeding me. You know what I'm saying?
What's for you.
What's for me. And I feel like how we voiced, a lot of people just don't love themselves. And it's like, man, it's sad.
It is.
Like, to get to this point.
And I feel like, I'm sorry, Coach, it's like when you do start loving yourself, you really start paying attention to seeing the people who don't. And it's like, it gets like, it's like when you love yourself, like, you got this aura you have like this, like it's a radiance about you, like it's this glow.
It irritates other people.
It irritates when I tell you, it irritates other people. They don't. Ooh, child, don't get started. They don't like that, and it's like your spirit is brightened, your light brightened, so it's just going. And it's like they don't like it. It's making their spirit uncomfortable. And it's like, but that's how that should alarm you that you need to go do the work. You know what I'm saying? Because you are uncomfortable with somebody who is comfortable within themselves. You're uncomfortable with somebody who loves themselves. How does that sound? That sounds crazy. You know what I'm saying? Like you uncomfortable with a person that is free within themselves, who is just like accepting of themselves, who speaks their truth. And it makes you just be like, damn, like, am I not doing my work? Because this person is like, they gravitate and they magnetic.
It's people who don't have that safe space within themselves.
Yes.
And that's what I wanted to ask you, because
I
seen you post the other day and you was reading. But that's another little healthy habit I done picked up. My book that I'm reading right now is Self-Care for Empaths. I'm like in love with this book.
Oh, that sounds like a good book. I heard that.
It is a good one.
I have to check that out.
It's a good one. As soon as I can't even say I can't tell you when I'm blended to you, but when spirit then put enough of it into me,
I'll listen to it.
And I'm supposed to pass it on.
I'll listen to it.
But I'm just like in love with this book right now. And I had seen you post you reading your book, which I don't know what you read.
It's called Remember Who You Are.
I think I seen it.
Yes. Oh my God, it's so good. And it resonated with me so much. Oh my goodness. It's such a good book. But I haven't even put a dent in it, but it's like, it's so good.
No, when it's that good, because I haven't put a dent in mine either, but when it's that good, like I'm the type,
so good.
I want to be able to like read a chapter and a half, or even if it's just a chapter a day, and really process, dissect it. If it's telling me to like exercise something, give myself a couple of days or a week to be put in that situation, or to try and exercise what it's telling me to implement. But when it's that good, you got to take your time.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm like, I don't want to like rush this book at all, because I'm like, it's really, really good. And it, like I said, it resonated with me, especially like the author, like she, you know what it's like, you can relate to somebody when you like read it, like, damn, like I done been through this too. Yes, like I done been through this too, you know. And it's like, it was really resonating me, and especially with the title of it really resonated with me, because when I went to Costa Rica, you know, tapping into like my higher self, like I just remember, like literally I could just hear, remember who you are, remember who you are. And then when I saw that book, like remember who you are, because I'm trying to stop cussing. I'm trying to stop cussing, but like I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get it. So
Girl,
yes.
Which your trip was, just to be on the outside looking at what you post, was beautiful. Girl, I cried watching your reel.
Girl,
I'm such a crowd, man. I'm like, this
but you know what?
Beautiful. You can just feel how just calm everything had to have been. Like it was beautiful.
It was magical. When I tell you, it was like literally, that trip changed my life. Really? I'm so serious. Like my life was already changing, but that was like the set in stone. Like literally, that's what said. If I went to Costa Rica, y'all, I went to Costa Rica in November, but it's like the whole, like the way, like, you know what, certain things, it just happened for a reason. It's supposed to happen. Literally, like it was that trip was supposed to happen for me. It was supposed to happen. And I learned so much about myself, and I came back home totally different person. Well, I was already a different person, but I'm like, it catapulted me to right now.
I mean, it was beautiful. Like I literally cried watching it. I'm like, it's just so like,
it was amazing. So it was so spiritual, and just like you can feel God there. Like you can feel the essence. Like you can just feel just all this beautiful energy. And I
just love that for you.
Yes,
like it was for anybody that's like on their journey, and you can, I mean, I couldn't even, I don't want to put myself in your shoes, because I know that moment for me has still yet to come.
Yeah,
it's coming, but just to imagine like that, just with the views from the food you was eating was beautiful. Your views was beautiful. You were around so many. I love seeing Black women all together.
Yes.
Like,
oh my God.
it was beautiful.
It was amazing.
Like, you looked beautiful. Like it
Thank
was just, girl. I'm like, oh my God, this is just. This is it.
It was it. And it was like so much out of my comfort zone too. Like
Mm-hmm.
it was not glamorized at all. It may have looked like it, but it was not. Like, girl, I was in the mud. Like, I'm in the mud. Okay. I don't be in no mud, but it's like being in nature. I love nature. I love water. And being in that, I feel like I was just in my element. Like, I feel like my femininity, like my divine feminine, she was at home.
Aww.
Like, literally, I feel like I was at home there. Mm-hmm. Like, my spirit was like, this is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It was beautiful. Yes, it was lovely.
So I want to ask you.
Yes.
Like how we said, when someone is that comfortable within themselves and you go around other people who, I always feel like good spirits will always irritate evil spirits, yes, or people who aren't sure of themselves.
You better say it.
So, how have you or how do you continuously create that safe space within yourself?
Remember who I am. And it's like, okay, I'm gonna get real. Because I feel like for a long time, I just used to dim myself for a lot of people. Like, I used to just dim myself. Like, I never was the type that was just I'm not a loud person, unless you know me personally. But I'm very much observant, very chill. And I've always kind of been like that. Like, you could say I'm kind of like a wallflower. That's how I was. Like, in my younger years, I never used to like kind of stick up for myself in a sense. I kind of I used to let people just kind of walk over. If I'm being honest, I used to let people kind of walk all over me. And growing into like myself and really just seeing like who I am and just like really loving like my flaws, loving just like my good parts of me, even my bad parts about me, because this is just who I am, you know? And just being comfortable within that and just be like, at the end of the day, you can't dim yourself for nobody. And it's like people have tried to dim me and they have said like, oh, you doing too much X, Y, and Z, when it's like, I'm being who I am. And like you said, like that spirit is bothering you because something that's within you, but I can't do that. And it was a moment when I had to like really look at myself like, Dariana, remember who you are. Remember whose you are. Remember how far you have came. And it's like, we don't talk about that. When you loving on yourself and when you finally get that light, you start to get that aura, you start to get that radiance. And people started to see it, and they started thinking like, oh, she thinks she better. But it's like, you don't know what it took for me to even get here.
Oh my
You don't even know what it took for me to get here. Like, girl, I didn't like who I was. I was not comfortable who I was. I didn't love myself. And it's like, I like who I am. I love who I am. I accept who I am. Of course, I'm always growing and developing and becoming better, but I love who I am. You don't know how many times I didn't cry, how much I didn't wrote in my journal. You don't know, you don't know nothing. You don't know the things people have said to me to make me doubt myself, to make me look at myself like, damn, is something wrong with me, to make me question myself. So when I'm finally in a space of my life where I'm like, I'm the mother. Okay, like, I am who I am. You know what I'm saying? You're not gonna take that from me.
Period.
You're not gonna take that. You're not gonna take that from me. I'm not dimming myself for you. I'm not dimming myself for nobody. If you got a problem with that, you know, what comes with elevation is separation.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely. That's what I was thinking.
If that answered your question.
Oh, girl, yeah. I can't stand when people be like, did I answer it right? Did I answer it right?
I
guess. Of course. No, it's your honest response. And I love it when, I try to encourage that for anybody who comes on the show, even with myself more, because I could feel like sometimes I'm nervous and it's like, oh, should I say that? Should I not say that? But this is my safe space, one of them. And I was journaling about this the other night. It's a very vulnerable thing to allow yourself to feel safe in another person's energy and vice versa. So what comes with that? being raw and real and intentional and a open book, so to speak, with people. So much of what you said is so relatable, not just to me, but many women, many men. You know what I'm saying? We can sit down and have this conversation with men, and it's like I said, we all can relate to a lot. You know what I'm saying? It's a vulnerable thing to allow somebody to feel safe in your energy and vice versa. And, you know, that comes with, of course, doing the inner work, healing first, being an open book. And my recent past, just, you know, I want us to, period, normalize outgrowing people and it not being any beef. You know what I'm saying? It not being no hidden agenda. It's not no...
It's realistic,
I'm
man.
better than you, this and that. It's like some people really cross paths to learn from each other,
and
whatever
go their ways.
those lessons may be, and to continue on, go your ways. You know, I wish
soul,
you well.
Yeah, your soul did what it was supposed to do.
And
now we can go.
That's it. That's all.
It's no beef. It's no bad energy. It's no nothing. I wish you nothing but well. But no,
you know,
we passing on.
The ship has sailed. And I feel like that was something that, you know, in that moment of like shit happening to me, it was just like, damn, like, you gonna switch up? Like, but present day and looking back at it, it's like, I had to sit down and ask myself, because, you know, I got 4 sisters and a brother. Getting to know each other. I've never been the type to be pressed about friends, but stepping into my womanhood, I want a life where I'm, you know, outside of my circle, my sisters, my family, you know, I have these healthy platonic relationships with men and women, you know, who are like-minded to some extent. You know what I'm saying? So I was journaling the other day, and it's just crazy how shit play out, because I was touching on that topic, and I felt like my spirit asked me, like, what is it that you value in friendship? And let's not focus on the person. Let's not focus on the previous example. Let's not focus, you know, on potential friends. Let's focus on friendship itself. What is it that you value in friendship? And I had sat down and I wrote everything out, and I felt like spirit came back to me like, now do you hold yourself to like those same values? Have you been that in the past? And I had to be real with myself for a second, like, damn, like, I don't feel like I was that in the past. I could admit that. And it's like, all right, so what you fretting about? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That person gave you the same energy that low-key you threw out. So, you know, being young-minded.
Like, didn't have that awareness.
For 10 years, so you supposed to do this, you supposed to do that. Like, time means nothing.
It doesn't.
You know what I'm saying? Like, time is the biggest illusion, and that was another lesson that I learned. But, you know, I felt like spirit was talking to me like, you know, this is what you want. This is what you value in a friendship. So make sure moving forward, this is where you're holding yourself at. This is where you're showing up and being accountable. And, you know, now that that's something you've put out there, you've taken accountability. Now we can make sure, you know, when we're on our path, now the right ones will align. You know what I'm saying? When you out here and anybody your friend or, you know, anybody can be around you, that's one thing I've always been big on. Even before my journey, I've always felt like I've always believed in energy. For sure. And I've always just felt like my energy is exclusive. Like, I'm not about to be any old where. I'm not about to be around any old body.
That's facts.
You can't catch me out here. That's just how I am, because I'm an empath on top of everything. So like I soak up my emotions, your emotions, and everybody else that's in the room.
Oh, that is so real, like, and people do not understand that.
You know,
it's very irritating. They don't get that.
So to be you know, it's just overwhelming to, you know, I'm sitting here trying to nurture my energy and be social and make sure I'm good, be observant, peep the, you know, read the room, read the room. And, you know, once you like kind of tune in, like, you know, like, you're not supposed to just be any old where. You're not supposed to deal with just any old body.
No,
so that's where I'm at. Like, I can appreciate the path. I can appreciate the people. I forgive the path. I forgive the people moving forward. this is what I value.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I know my value. This is what makes me as a person. And as long as I pour into me first, as long as I'm creating that safe space for me,
yes,
the right people will align.
Fine. Yes, they will.
That's where I'm at, girl.
Yes, ma'am. They will, though. And that's so true, though, because like you said, people feel like, oh, like we have to be friends for like forever. And it's like sometimes y'all just grow apart. Like, if you really think about it, what the hell do we really got in common? Sometimes we talk in two different languages. And then you really start to think like, are we resonating? You know what I'm saying? Like, is the spirits really like, are they meshing? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Because some people talk about things and you just be like, I don't talk about this shit. Like huh? Right. Like, I really, like, I'm sorry, I don't care, you know? And like you said, being intentional about like the type of friend that you want to be, you know what I'm saying? And creating that space for yourself. And then, you know, of course you're a light, so people are going to come to you, but you are going to be able to be aware of the type of people that you want around you. Be like, okay, yeah, I see how this person is, but you know, I could just, you know, be cool with them from, you know, I can create that sisterhood. I can create that bond because some people don't, like you said, they don't give you that safe space. Like you can't be vulnerable with everybody. I feel like when it comes to a friendship, I feel like if I can be vulnerable with you and you don't not necessarily judge me, because I want my friends to hold me accountable. You know what I'm saying? Be real with me. But it's like, I feel safe with you. I can cry to you. You know what I'm saying? I can really, like, I can cry. Like, I can be really, really real. Or when I'm really messed up, can I call on you? You know what I'm saying? And you really genuinely be there. You know, like, can you support me? Even when, like, other people are not supporting me, can you support me? Can I depend on you as a friend? Because I feel like I'm really big on thou shalt treat others the way, like, I want to be treated. I treat others the way I want to be treated. I'm very, very big on that. Very big on that. So once I started to feel like it's not reciprocated, or I'm pouring a little too much into this friendship, or I'm pouring a little and I'm not getting nothing back, that's when I just started getting the awareness, like, okay, you know what, this person kind of doesn't value me that much as I value them, you know. And that's when it's like you have to just like, okay, take the mental note and be like, you know what, okie dokie.
That's where the current journey is at, you know, like, as much as, and this is my just viewpoint on friendship romantically, which you'll have to come back for a part 2 for that's a whole nother episode. But as much as we light fire in each other, you know, as much as we can be spontaneous, have fun, go out, kick it, experience different places, be foodies, whatever, we got to be able to water each other as well. We got to be able to pray with each other, be wrong with each other, speak life into each other. We have to, you know, be evenly yoked. You know what I'm saying?
Not just a relationship. Yes, and
friendships as well. Like that's a big, you know, thing that I'm processing right now. You know, friendships.
Yes, I do want to put, like, yes, friend. Come on, let's pray. For real, like, let's pray. Let's talk about it. Like, what's up? You know, or you just be like, you do something like, friend, no, that wasn't in your, that's not in your spirit. Don't do no shit like that.
No, that's not you.
That's not you.
Not you. Even if you don't see that's not you, I'm telling you.
But I'm telling you, you're better than this. You're better than that.
Oh,
yes.
So you gotta come back. You gonna come back?
Yes, girl. Listen, I love this. Okay, we can talk all day. Okay, I'm here for the conversation.
Well, you have to come back for part 2 because I feel like now that we stem so much into like friendships and just self-healing. We got to come back and talk about these men, honey. We got to talk about dating. We got to talk about creating the safe space.
That's what I was about to ask. Okay, because we said we want to ask that question. Creating the safe space for the men.
For the men. Gonna ask it, or we gonna save it?
Should we ask it?
Should we ask it or save it?
Should we ask it or save it?
Which I think save it. I think save it. I think that's a cute, because I picture that entire conversation. White background, cute setup, dim lights, more vulnerable conversation.
Creating the safe space for men, because
that's the next title.
Creating the safe space for men. Yes,
that's a good one.
Yeah, because the men need a safe space too.
I agree. Safe spaces with safe women.
But y'all gotta give me the safe space too.
Same, but it gotta be. Come on,
you gotta give me safe space too.
Thank you so much for coming on. I enjoyed this.
I love
enjoyed
this.
You have to come back.
I will be back. And I just want you to know I'm very proud of you.
Oh, thank you.
And I'm so excited for you for the year. And I'm so happy to see you growing and you evolving and you becoming the woman that you are called to be. Yes, friend.
Thank
you. I just thank you for having me here.
Absolutely.
I'm glad that you felt that I resonated with you.
Absolutely.
And that you
I love
value
your energy.
You value what I have to say. So
yes,
I'm excited.
Yes, I love your
Thank
energy.
You.
The chat loves to have you here.
Oh, thank you.
You guys already know that I love to leave you guys with a mantra for each episode. What should we tell them?
Never dim your light.
Ooh, good one.
Never dim your light. Love yourself. Don't dim your light for nobody. Be who you are. Love who you are. And stand in it. And stand on business.
Period. Y'all can't. I don't know if y'all could peek the boots, but stand on business.
Stand on business.
Y'all already know to follow the podcast on all socials, Instagram and TikTok at Tlktender Podcast. Make sure you follow and subscribe on YouTube at Tlktender. Y'all already know. Until next time, peace is love, love is peace. I'm out.
Bye.
You are now tuned in to the Tlktender Podcast.